We are the 13, the first, the forgotten. Each of us serving a vital function to the survival of the universe. Each of us designated a prime and given a function to serve during the long march of infinity. Vector Prime. Vector Prime in the beginning. Hello, welcome to ALW Collectibles. Today we're taking a look at Transformers Age of the Primes, Star Optimus Prime with Hot Rod, also known as the 13th Prime or the Forgotten. And this is a Titan class toy, so I'm not using my turntable today. We're going to go old school with this. Having said that, this is what you get with the set, and it's a lot of accessories. The only other thing is that on the top here, you have to install these two pins on his head. Other than that, everything else has been removed so you can see all his goodies that he comes with. And it is a lot of fun. I will say up front, I was a little leery of this figure when I first heard about it. Only because I saw some of the initial designs and I was kind of worried. But after owning this toy, those fears have been dispersed. And I will be honest, I like it. Some people complain about the lightness of the toy and the fact that it has a lot of hollow components. I think it suits it well because it allows for maximum storage. Having said all of that, let's get into this review, and there is a lot to cover here. So, of course, this is the 13th Prime. This is the 8th Prime in my collection. He transforms into a large tractor trailer with wheeled cab and treaded trailer. And there is one piece of the accessories which is not listed on his instructions. I had to look it up. And I felt silly when I found out what it went to. And I wish they'd actually shown it. So let's take a look at what we get. We get MT-13 micro trailer, which is transformable. We will take a look at him. We get two-part tread unit, which is on his back of his legs. We will take a look at those when we transform him. His rifle, which I think looks really sharp. I like the molding on this. This is the part that is not listed. It was in the packaging in a separate bag. This is actually ammo clip / energon bullet. And the instructions do not tell you what to do with this thing. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if you're like me, you overthink things. There is a chamber right here on the side of this rifle. And all this does, it clips right in. And that won't come out. I had to use my cheat tool to take it out so I can show it to you. You get two swivel turrets, which go on his shoulders. You get the Matrix, how do they word it? Matrix hilt, which is also a sword hilt. You get his Zodiac orb. It's kind of hard to see, but it does have the symbol for the 13th Prime on there. And just so it doesn't roll off the table again, I'm actually going to plug it right in here where you can store it. You do get his swivel blast turret. This does transform as well. You get one very solid blast effects part. And you get all those blast effects parts as well. 13 in total. 6 yellow, 7 red. We'll put those all aside. You get Hot Rod, and that is a nice, cool rendition of the Hot Rod. The original Star Convoy came with the Micromaster one. A little larger than the Micromaster, but a really nice addition. And you get Star Optimus Prime himself. So there is a lot of accessories. And I'm going to go on the record right now to say something I never thought I'd hear myself say. These Blast Effects parts work with this figure. This is the only figure I've ever gotten with Blast Effects parts that I like them. And for me, that says a lot. Having said that, let's start with taking a look at Optimus himself. And he looks really cool. Really invokes the Star Convoy and, in my opinion, a Optimus Prime look. I think that looks really, really sharp. He is a Titan class figure, and most Titan classes are pretty tall. He is about 15 inches tall and has a lower price point. Most Titans are about $200. He's about $150 for most retails. I'm not using a turntable, so we're going to do this old school today. These are the 2-part tread unit we were talking about. And overall, I like the color palette. Nice bright blues with the gold on the legs, gold on the chest here. You got the Autobot symbol and then the Commander symbol underneath them, or Sergeant, whatever you want to call it. I don't really want to put it in a military terminology because it's not really... Sorry. I served in the Army, and to me that kind of bothers me the way it looks a little bit. But that's just my only little flaw. That's my thing. Having said that, translucent blue windows, which I think look really nice on him. Side note, some of these windows come misinstalled. For instance, one of mine tilt in a little bit here, and it's flush over here. Flush. So, just be wary of that. I have to go back and correct this. I have to unscrew it and put it back in. Overall, I think, like I said, it looks really sharp. We're going to raise the camera up just a little bit for you so we can get a better look at the head. He's got blue eyes, yellow here, the standard Optimus Prime plate. I mean, kind of looks like a Gundam to me, the way the head's designed, but still looks really, really cool. Nice molding. I mean, it's got some nice details in this molding. Even on the legs it has some molding. Hip guard. Back's got little pistons. And if you take these off, which you can, those are the treads. Some nice molding work back here, which you can't see yet. So I gotta lift it up. I forgot I wasn't on the turntable. Looks really sharp. Articulation. Hello, please don't roll away on me. Arms can come up, can come down. You can do the chicken dance. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, and the hand does open. Absolutely nothing at the head. It wiggle waggles only because of the way it's designed, but it doesn't turn. Full upper body waist rotation. These hip guards do move. This front plate will move. He does do a front boot, and because of the way it's designed, that's as far as it's going to go. Back is fairly impressive. He does do the splits, and he does have 5 rotation. Pretty decent knee bend, not the greatest. Just under 90 degrees. And he does have ankle tiltage and toe. So there's a lot you can do with this figure. If you armor him up, these turrets go up on the shoulders. Like so. Put these on the back of his legs again. And they do clip in. You'll see the red clip here. There's a clip there. So this orb, or Zodiac orb, it stores in his chest. Stand up, Prime. You're going to flip this down. You're going to move these out of the way. And there is a peg in there. Right here. You can set that right in there. And while we have this open, you can do something else too. Hot Rod can sit inside of his chest. Not the greatest, but he can. You just got to move this out of the way. So you can set this in separately. Like so. And then he can just sit not the greatest. The instructions showed a particular way of doing it. I wasn't able to get the angles right, but he can sit in the chest. We're going to leave that in there for now. We're going to close this all up. And what's really cool is you can give him his blaster and his other gun. And what I really like I said, I'm not a person who likes blast effects parts. But with this one, I feel they work really cool. Because all his equipment are blast effects compatible. Except for the big cannon. You need that blast effects part, which plugs in, oh, so nicely. And there he is. I just think it adds to the look so much. It looks like the blue bullet is firing off. So, looks awesome. Another fun thing you can do is this will attach to this. Plug this into here, and you plug that into the barrel. This has another purpose. I said it was a hilt. You can do that, which kind of looks, in my opinion, kind of corny. But the original purpose is this. You take these blast effects parts and you stack them up. So that it looks like that. You plug this into this, and then you plug that into that. And that is his sword. And that looks very cool in my opinion. I like that. You can store all of this on him. I did this video earlier and I actually didn't do that, so I kind of felt bad, so I want to show you how to do this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to open up this compartment on his front leg. We're going to move this out of the way. Mine like to detach. See? I don't know if it's just my mold or whatever. So there's one. Two. And then the front of the legs will pop open. Nope, not the back. There we go. And you'll see there's tabs in there. Tabs on the bottom of this one. There's one. And now he doesn't want to close. And the instructions say to only do this. You can plug this in here. Something I learned is you can do this. If you're like me and you have limited storage, you just close those back up. And this is actually how I have him displayed with the rest of the Titans, just like that. So there's storage in there. I'm going to take all that back out. We're going to transform him to his vehicle mode, which is a large truck wheeled cab with an armored trailer and treaded trailer. See, these keep popping off no matter what I do. There he is, ready to be transformed. First thing we're going to do is we're going to open this panel and open these. We're going to flip the head down. We're going to flip this. Nope, almost made a boo-boo. There's a side panel in here that flips out, and this one's going to flip out. Close that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up here so you can see. You're going to open this. You're going to rotate this like so and close. Same thing. Open that panel. Rotate and close. This will slide a little. You'll see it slides. And clip. I'm going to bring this up so you can see this and just fold it backwards. Bring this up so you can see what's going on. Fold it backwards. Next, you're going to take this panel here where the Autobot symbol is, flip it down, flip that down. So that's what it should look like right now. And then you're going to take these two halves, they do clip in, you're going to bring them up. And you can slide these out of the way if you want. You got to be careful with the cannons. And bring them together. Like so. And then you're just going to tab that onto that tab there on both sides. Like so. Make sure the legs are clipped together. Rotate the top half. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to come here. We're going to open this back, flip this over, and this will peg into here. And then these are going to come down like so. Next we're going to open these back up, and of course they're going to pop right off. Told you. Mine's starting to get stress fracture. You can see it from being popped off so many times. So I try to be very gentle with it. Next, I'm going to open the front panel. And I'm going to flip this plate down. And then I'm going to close these back up again. Now this is where you want to make sure this is lined up right. Ah, crap. And it just came out of alignment. There are 2 pins here. And on the inside of here, you'll see 4 pins set. You want to use the 2 middle ones. And line that up. Same thing over here. And then you take his toes and just push them down. Let's bring this down here so now you can see what's going on. It will get a little bit closer. As this just keeps popping off. Sorry, my camera angle keeps shifting. There we go. That is Star Optimus in his full trailer mode. And he's a big boy. You basically look like you just flatten him out. His back trailer can open. You still store everything in there. There's my complaint. This pops so easily. These pop open so easily, and then it's a pain in the butt to put them back in alignment. See how it keeps coming off alignment? That's my complaint with this figure. Nope, still not lined up right. There's one. And there's 2. All his cannon, as I knock Optimus out, hot rod I mean, can plug in. You can open this up and plug this in back here if you want. Oh no, you can't. I'm sorry. Oh, it's back between the toes. You'll see it's hard to get to it. There's a peg back here. I don't know what that's for. Is this for? That doesn't even fit back there. Oh well. But you can plug that in there. And again, nice design. Armored. Truck mode, mine doesn't like staying in truck mode. And he's a big boy. And he does roll fairly easily. And the last station he does is he does form a battle station. We're going to unpeg this. Unpop these, of course, because these will just pop no matter what I do. And I'm going to untab this stuff here. Just get that out of my way. Onto his back. So here's a little bit of difference now. I'm going to stand him back up into partially robot form. And now the camera's going to have to come up. This is going to be tricky to do it like this, so we're going to try doing it from the bottom. No, I have to do the top half first. So I have to do the top half first. So we're going to come up. Unclip the sides, just to get those out of the way. Untab this, and I'm going to move them out of my way. I just want to open his shoulders up. Clip those. Open this. Transform the top half of him back to robot mode. I'm going to leave these out. You don't have to. You can actually close it. Oh, I'll be darned. His head does turn. I did not realize that. I knew about that, but I wasn't trying to do that now. I did not know his head turned. I am so sorry. So you can close that. Set up his arms. If you don't set this up, then you can't do the other thing. That's right. And open the hand. Push that down. Swing it out. So if you don't push it down, you're going to have a fight to get it to transform. Push it down. Swing it out. And up. Next, we're going to pop these pieces off the back. And we're actually going to turn him sideways, like so. As he gets smaller, we're going to keep moving. Next, I'm going to open these chambers up. I'm going to bring this panel up, and I'm going to bring these this way. And I'm just going to lay these on the sides out of the way. You want to bring this panel, his hip guards, up. Mine did it automatically. Now it's in the way, of course. Frustrating. So these start here. Bring your hip guards up, and then bring these over the hip guards. And these will tab. Once they're lined up, they'll tab in. I'll do it when it's on the ground. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to come to the back and bring this pen out. That's going to help stabilize the whole thing. Now all my pins are popping off. There. Okay. Now they're all doing the same thing. Oh, I forgot to flatten the feet. So. And you can push these open, and that creates little bays. My camera looks like it keeps shutting off, so it's making me nervous. And all this should be plugged together. Not my greatest, I'll be honest. Not my greatest. So you do that, straighten that arm out like so. The instructions say you can do it fully bent. I don't know how. Because every time I do it, this plate's in the way. So I've been doing it like this. And I just bring his cannons up in the back. So that's what he looks like currently. We're going to take these two pieces. Open that. Open this. Open this. And then open this, the tread. Open that on the bottom. Open this on the bottom. Plug all that together. And you'll see peg right there. And a peg on the blue pin. And that's on a pin right there. And that is the battle station mode. You can add this piece to it because he does transform. Pop that off. Open this. Pop this piece out and over. And plug this in here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's move my camera back just a tiny bit. And you'll see the pins. Like so. This cannon opens and plugs into here. Ah, it popped again. The other thing you can do, you can leave the chest open, or you can open this closed. Open this up and do this. And then you just have to armor him back up. Hot Rod can stand anywhere you want him to. Like, you can attach this to here, you can put this anywhere. Or just give him his sword. And then just do up all the blast effects parts. And that's it. This is Star Optimus Prime of the 13th Primes. And the only bio I really have for him is the 13th Prime, the last of the epic warriors of Cybertron, cloaked in mystery, forgotten by time. Nobody remembers his name. Rumored to be the legendary Optimus Prime. So that's it. Hopefully this video came out as good as I hope it did. So I think it was pretty decent. Like I said, I'm really excited with this one. One of the few figures I like the blast effects parts for. Overall, base mode's a little wonky for me. Truck mode's pretty cool. My favorite part, of course, is the robot mode and the options you have with it. And the last thing I forgot to transform for this video is my man Hot Rod, and he is easy. First thing we're going to do is come to the chest, flip the chest up, just make sure you bend the fans down. On the bottom, flip these up. This all tabs in there, and these will tab in on the sides, and that's it. There's Hot Rod. And he can sit anywhere on here too. This has been ALW Collectibles. If you like what you see, hit the like button. Subscribe if you wish. Comments are always welcome. I want to say thank you to all the channel members and subscribers. I appreciate it very much. More videos heading your way. Let me know what you think of this toy. If you think it's too hollow, or do you think it's just right for the amount of storage it needs. You all have a good day.